good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Back at home, made it safe and sound. I see Nikki was here early. Thanks, Nikki, as always. Scott, Rob, how you doing? Did you get notified? Are you still here? Um, I know he was having a problem getting notified. And I noticed on Mike's stream this morning, I only got notified on Robbie's. Oh, let me turn on this mic. Hold on. Let me see here. Uh-oh. Maybe not. Maybe I lied. There it is. Let me put a custom cover over it and just to knock it down a little bit. Much better. I'm such a pro at this. Anyway, hey, what's up, Logan? Yeah, so I don't know. I only got notified on Robbie's walking in my shoes, not on Mike's and not on the spot. So and I know I saw Joe there, but I said hello, but I don't think Joe can see me. So, who else is here? Hey, Maui, thanks for stopping by. Expat Paul, thank you. Let's see. James, how are you doing? Tommy, how's it going? E.T. Did I miss anybody? I don't know. Maybe I did. Hey, Andy. Good to see you. Hey, Jake. And Jake's coming end of March or May. Somebody's in March and someone's in May. I get them confused. Sooner the better, as always. Andrew, how are you doing? Glad you could make it. Ralph, how you doing? If I miss somebody, Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, I think I'm caught. And Carl's travel. How you doing, Carl? So anyway, great trip. I still haven't pulled anything off of the cameras. It's all in there. I didn't do any editing at all on my vacation, sort of. But it was awesome. I suggest to everybody that hotel that we were in, which I'll put in the description when I do the video on it. Bon Sin something. Anyway, it was awesome. Not really beach access, but you've seen when I did the live stream, if anybody watched any of the live streams, that was my view the whole time I was there. And it was about 2,000 baht a night. I just checked again in April, and for a 7-night deal, it was $12,000. So, or 12,000 baht. And that included breakfast. And like you said, like I said I think on the video, you'll see that it met my criteria. It wasn't the greatest breakfast in the world. And I think because there's still a lot of farang, hardly any Thai, if they were with somebody like my wife and me. But a lot of American food, but they had potatoes and they had a crap load of bacon, so which wasn't good for me, but I ate it anyway. But it was great. Pineapple juice, orange juice. What else did they have? Not much Thai food. Really surprised. One dish, I think, and the rest was toast. They would make you an omelet or whatever, but they didn't have the station open. You had to like order it at the desk. But really a great place. Not really in the middle of if you're a partier and stuff. Definitely, it's away from the main drag. But seemed like everybody that was there was a foreigner, and everybody there had a scooter. So I think me and maybe one other person that was staying there had a car. So we had the 2 or 3 car spots. They didn't have a bunch of parking, and it wasn't a problem either. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? Hey, Mark, if I missed anybody else that came in. But yeah, I would suggest that hotel in Koh Samui to anybody. It was just a long drive, man. I was supposed to go. We found a deal on somebody in Buriram that has 11 koi, and while we were away, and they were reasonable, 500 baht each, and they were taking out their koi pond and they're putting in a pool, and they were in Buriram, so they're about an hour from here. We were supposed to go today, but the brother called this morning and said he couldn't make it, so we'll go tomorrow. We did stop on the way back yesterday and met the people real nice. He's a British guy. She's Thai, obviously. And so we're going to go pick him up. I'm going to put a tank in the back of the truck, fill it up with water. I got a generator, pump, and a air, and pump it full so they'll have a semi cushy ride back to Surin, about an hour, probably a little more than an hour coming back, taking it nice and slow. But so anyway, we're supposed to do that, but it was 11 hours on when we left Samui to Bangkok, and then got up the next morning with the youngest and drove 8 hours. It took us by the time we stopped in Buriram and all that, 8 hours the next day. So damn near 20 hours in 2 days of driving. So I'm a little on the burnt side. We were supposed to, I wasn't going to do a live stream. I was going to go already kind of be on my way probably to Buriram by now. Hey, Paul in Asia, how are you? And we got Paul in Asia and Paul D in Australia. So hello, both Pauls. But yeah, so it was awesome. I'm looking forward to the next one already, and I think it's going to be mid. Depends on when I go back to the U.S., but I think it's going to be mid-April is when the kids are out for the family vacation, and I don't know. We're thinking about Rayong area or back to Koh Chang. We thought about going to Koh Samui. It's like a 2-day drive there, and we're in the, if we got the electric hot rod, there's 6 of us in there. It isn't. No one would complain. They would just go and be happy to go. But I just can't do that. Because if we go over to Rayong or Koh Chang, it's 6 hours, and we're there. If we go there, it'd be 2 days there and 2 days back, pretty much. Let's see, we'll be around May, June. Bobby's there. Hope we can. Yeah, Bobby's supposed to be coming then. Is Bobby the one coming the end of March? I think. And then you were coming the end of May or something, or June, like you say. So yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed, please feel free. I like the channel, so like you said, if they're on here, they're one of the good people. So whoever it is. So no major catastrophes with the pool turned off for some reason, and then of course no one knew how to turn it on, so it got a little cloudy, but I ran it yesterday when I got home and it's crystal clear now. The koi pond got a little bit of stuff on the one pump, and it slowed down a little bit, but my mother-in-law didn't know because it missed the cleaning basically, which I'll do today actually, probably when I get done with this, and I'll probably go in the pool because it's starting to warm up here in Surin. Which I think is probably warming up pretty much everywhere in Thailand. But hey, Tony, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Good evening to you. Yeah, that was pretty much it. So we'll go pick up the koi. I'll probably do 3 videos. One of the videos is pretty weird. I know I screwed up their name probably on it, and Jake can probably. I met him. I've watched a few of their videos. They're very good. They got 100,000 subscribers or something. Is Flora and Note? Is it Flora? My wife wanted all she wanted was seafood, so the whole time. I did get Mexican food one day at a restaurant. It was very good, which I'll do a video on that. Maybe he's watching today. Very nice guy and his Thai wife own the restaurant, and the food was excellent, perfect. I was happy to get some Mexican food. He gave me a T-shirt and a bunch of other stuff. So, a T-shirt, and we spent probably there for 2.5 hours just yapping. But I'll do a separate video on that probably. I'll probably do 4 videos. I don't know. It's a lot of editing, but the food was good. No, way too many. There's too many fish in there. I told my wife we'll get rid of some of the small ones because it's overstocked now, and I'm going to put in 11 that are probably 50 to 60 centimeters. But she's already attached to the, I don't know. My ponds have always been way over. Hey, Bobby, way over on fish. So there's probably going to be 60 of them in there, maybe more. I don't know. I'll give you a count. Can you heat koi? You know what the interest when I had that, didn't quite figure it out when we were at the other house and we had the die off from the chlorine. It was the people came and got them and ate them, and said they were good. So they don't usually, because they're like pets, pretty much by the time you get. But the way I looked at it was, hey, at least they went to some kind of use. They liked it. Yeah, here it is. Flores, your beautiful channel. Well, what had happened, back to that story now that I rambled. My wife picked a place. She said, look at this place. They have a chef table on Facebook. She found this place. So I said, okay, let me look it up on YouTube. Well, they were there a year ago, and place is freaking awesome. So they have meals at the chef table. The amount and what you get is dictated by how much you pay. $300 a person, $500 a person, $700 a person, and $1,000 a person was what it was when they went a year ago. And in their video, they said, we got the 700 and it was way too much food. 500 is probably the way to go. Of course, we went for the top one, which is now 1,200 a person. But I'm glad we did, because it was just phenomenal. I'm talking, they broke the blue swimmer crabs. They actually shucked them for you. Took all the shells, so the claws were little lollipops, and they already took the whole crab apart, so the lump crab meat was right there. There was oysters on the half shell, a giant shrimp on a skewer. If I tell you too much, you won't watch the video. Not that I get a bunch of people that watch them anyway, but extraordinary. 1,200 each. It was like, by the time we got done with tipping, 26.7, whatever it was. But because I didn't include your drink, whatever you drank, and we gave them a pretty decent tip. Food was outstanding. But yeah, so it was kind of weird that my wife had picked the same place that they went. It's in the middle, kind of inland a little bit, on a coconut. It's a family run and owned ranch there, or whatever, coconut farm. So it was excellent. Let's see. E.T. Dave, too many is not good. Need more oxygen and big. Yeah, I know. I have always been overstocked. Oxygen I don't have any problem with. I've never have ever. But it is overcrowding. They say they get sick and stuff. And that tank that I had, besides the chlorine and me not watching them, my fault mainly, was for 2 years I never had a problem at all, and it was way overstocked, even more than this is going to be. So, but yeah, definitely. I mean, actually, for this 5,000-gallon pond, I should probably have 6 or 7 fish in the 60 to 70 to 80 centimeter size would be what koi people would say would be acceptable. But man, I dig fish. If they got sick and stuff like that, I would definitely treat them and move them and do whatever I needed to do. But until that comes to pass, we'll probably end up keeping them. I'm going to still work on my wife to get rid of a bunch of the small ones. They will answer damn near any comment. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, they seem, I believe she's from China, I think, and he's a Thai guy. He's from Thailand, I believe. They seem really nice. They have a good little, obviously they got over 100,000 subscribers. So they must be doing something right. And they did a very good video, which is probably going to be 200 times better than what I'm going to put out. But you'll get the gist on mine. But the food was just outstanding. And you have to book it a day ahead of time. We got lucky and we caught the last table that they had. I think they only have like 8 tables in there or something. And we caught the last one at the 6:30 seating. They do, I think, a 6:30 and an 8:30 dinner, and they do a lunch too. If you ever get a chance to go there and you want to eat good, fresh seafood, it's pricey, but well worth it. Well worth it. Sorry, Andy, what happened? I have some sad news. Sorry to hear that. R.I.P. Rest in peace, Neil. That's a bummer. It's a sad fact that we all have to pass, right? It would be nice if we didn't, but seems that happens. That's such as life, right? It's always, no matter how much if somebody's ill and you know they're going to die and everything else, and you're still, or I am anyway, totally devastated and shocked when it happens. But sorry, I was reading something. But everything goes out to you, Andy. Foreign node, both from Canada. Flo is ethnic Chinese and ethnic Thai. They were raised in Canada. Is he? But he's a. Do you know, Jake? Is he a Thai citizen, or is he Canadian or dual? Maybe he has got. If he's lucky enough. I wish I had dual. You bet, Andy. But what did I get? So, did Bobby still here? That's why when you can't retire, go and do it. It's perfect, exactly. And I'm guessing, are you guys coming? I could have swore I saw something by you saying you were coming the end of March. Are you coming for good? Or is Jai retired, or are you going back again? And if so, how long are you staying this time? Are you going to get started on the house? I probably got a million questions. Wife and I had a blast in Vegas, but bought the one at home with you. Hey, Nikki, no worries. Dave, you never answered all of my questions. My wife is going to answer. There was only 2 that I know of. You wanted send them to me again, because we were waiting until we got back because Paul Munois had some questions about the school name that he gave some stuff to. And I know you and Jai wanted the name and the number and everything of the new immigration, right? If it was more than that, or put it right in here, it's fine with me. Hey, Randy, that's what we're here for, right? Give me the link. Oh, okay, I can do that too. That'll probably be easier, right? And paste, and look at how quick I did that. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Hey, Randy, how you doing, brother? I'm glad that you could make it. Hey, what's up? And hey, Chuck, how's it going? I had a deal for everybody since we got like 26 people in here. And for Chuck, too, which I just found out because being the procrastinator that I am. I went yesterday because I have to renew my visa on the 19th. We stopped on the way home from Koh Samui to the bank to get it. Realized that I have an old bank book. It isn't even, I've got a new one somewhere that I don't know where the hell it is. They ordered the statement for me. I paid 200 baht, and they will send it to me email. I will get it on Monday. So in case anybody is a procrastinator, and you'd have to check with the bank or whatever, this is Bangkok Bank. For the hard copy to come back, yes, 7 days. They usually get it in 6. But this way, next day, pretty much, you get it, print out your email, and take it to, print out the email and take it to immigration. So I thought that was pretty cool for the procrastinators out there. I started watching a video this morning, Chuck, of you. I don't know how I clicked on it, and you were on your way to Cha'am. And I'm going, oh shit, we just drove through there. They went, oh, he's meeting somebody there, and I'm watching. I realized it was a year ago, so and I'd already watched it. But anyway, here's Bobby. Hey, Bobby,
Peace. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, we're getting ready to come back already. Jai
Are
said,
you gonna?
"Okay, I've had it. I'm ready to go back."
All right, cool. So you're here coming to stay, or you're gonna
No,
go
we're
back?
gonna, we're gonna stay for 3 months this go around and start working on the house. We're gonna at least get the bottom floor ready.
Done. Cool.
Yeah, so we'll have somewhere to stay, and then we're gonna come back here and start dumping shit.
All
Hello,
right. So how
everybody.
long you staying then? You staying for a
We're
month
gonna
or
stay
no?
3 months. 3 months.
3 months. Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So
So
she's retiring.
yeah, yeah.
Not
She's
good for her. Is
I
she
think that
watching or no? Or is she sleeping?
she probably is. She's probably lurking. But anyhow,
Uh,
the end of March, whatever the last pay period of March is going to be the end for her. And the plan is to fly back there on March 29th.
oh, cool. I thought I'd seen something that you already had tickets, right? Or no?
No, but we should have
Oh.
already had tickets. We're pulling a Dave. We're procrastinating. We know the date. We know the
I
date,
was.
so we got to wait until the price goes up.
Oh, these are from Twitch. How you doing? I'm glad that you stopped by. I appreciate it. I'm getting, and somebody else,
Wow.
3 people from Twitch. Wow,
Wow.
welcome. Yeah, we have. I don't know. We'll talk about Thailand, and we kind of have. We have fun here. So, but I was really surprised on that I could get uh, that they would, if I paid the 200 baht at the bank, they would email me from Bangkok my 1 year statement for my visa renewal. So it's good to know in case somebody goes, oh, I waited too long. You will still
Well,
need.
Maui Howie's heading back to the US like just after we get there. Well, maybe we'll run into each other this time, Maui Howie.
Yeah, you know what? I know I'm worried about that. We're going to look for the book today, Chuck, and hopefully I'll find it. The book I had in my little bag was the book that I had the 17th of February last year when I did when I did my renewal. And she looked at it. She said, "No, we gave you a new book that day when you came in." He said what she can give me, and maybe, like you say, it might be right, and I might be semi screwed, but I can go in earlier now. If I get that, we can go Tuesday and try, and then if I have a problem, do something. But she said if I came in the day that I'm going, she could give me a statement saying, "Yes, Dave Clark came here, account number, blah blah blah," and made a deposit of 10 baht in the transaction. What Chuck's talking about is you have to. They'll tell you no, but in my deal, yes, they want to see it. They want to see a transaction that day in your bank book. Could be depositing 10 baht, taking out 10 baht, whatever it is. They want to see a transaction. So I will see and I will let you know. I hope I don't have a problem either, but you never know.
One of the things I was trying to contact you about, maybe Chuck can answer it for me. And I'm not very good about keeping notes or remembering shit, but
It'd be either.
I started looking through trying to get my visa before I go, and it seemed like all the options that fitted something that I wanted to do required me to get a background check.
The only way
So,
you won't need a background check is if you do it here. If you come here with all your stuff, you have plenty of time, 3 months, to go ahead and go from the visa that you have and have your old retirement visa before you leave to go home.
okay,
Won't
well,
be a problem.
I already went and did the fingerprinting and everything, but there's no way in hell. I mean, I just did it like 2 days ago. What's
Yeah.
the odds of me getting that back and getting my
I
passport in time to go?
if you I would definitely, if you get it before you go, take it with you. But I did mine and they never uttered a word about a background check ever. So
All right.
here
Yeah.
in Thailand.
So I've had a few people tell me to just go over there, that since I'm going by the end of March, that I stay for 45 days to get that done. Is that right?
We'll let this character and maybe he
How you
can
doing,
answer.
Chuck?
He's
How's
been
it
here
going,
like a
guys?
year. He's been here 6 months, and he's going to tell you what to do. He does it on
He's
his
new,
channel. He tells you this is what you need to do in Thailand. I love Chuck. Chuck
he's
does
new to
never
the
say
game.
that, by the way,
He's new
in
to the
case there's some
game.
new people out there.
You talking about my twin? Who the hell are you talking about?
That could have been your twin. Could be your twin. How you doing? Hope you're well.
Good. I had to just pop in to answer your
Yeah,
question.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because it's my understanding when I got mine here, they never asked me for anything, what they want in the states. So
Yeah,
now Chuck
I don't
will
know of
answer.
anybody who had to do a background check, but don't get a retirement visa in the states because you're going to be locked into your health insurance
Insurance, yeah,
requirements, and
definitely.
it's definitely a waste of time to try to deal with that yearly. So I would just, like Dave just said, you've got 3 months to just come here, establish your first visa extension. You only need to have the money in the account for, unless you're doing the monthly deposits, you only need to have the money in the account for the first 2 months. So you have a month to establish a bank account and get the money, get the funds in there. But really, you don't even need to do any of that. You can just hire an agency or a law firm, let them handle everything for you on your first go around until you get kind of used to how things work. Get your money in the account the first year, so the following year, because you have to have the money in there for 12 months, unless you're doing the monthly. You know,
Well, I think we're going to have the money in there already before we even leave here.
okay.
When we were there
Then,
last month, we opened the account and have everything ready. We're just going to
yeah.
wire transfer the money there, and it'll be all set.
Well, then you've already, yeah, that's a done deal. So you just
You shouldn't
come.
have any problem.
If you already have the money here, then you can just get a damn tourist visa and come get a 45-day visa and start the process. Uh, with the long stay retirement visa. You know.
Yeah, they kind of
Okay. Which
made it
one
that
would you
45
recommend that
or
I
60.
get? I know I want the multi-entry, but which one would you recommend?
Well, there's only one you can get, and that's the O non-immigrant
Yeah,
visa. Unless you're going to get a marriage, you can get the marriage visa, which I don't. If you've got the money, I don't recommend because it's a little bit of a hassle to deal with the pictures and
Yeah.
and all that stuff. But if you've got the extra money to keep it there, if you're moving here, you should have it in there. Then just do the retirement. It's if you have 800,000 baht, that's the visa that you're going to get. You're going to get a
yeah.
O retirement visa, non-immigrant
And
O.
put a little bit more in that account too,
Yeah,
like
O
820,000.
retirement? The O
Yeah, it's a
retirement?
yeah
yeah. It's
typo.
you don't need to go into the immigration and say I need this particular unless you're coming on a work you want to work or something. They know what you're coming here for. You want to get a long-term visa, a retirement
Yeah.
visa. So,
All right.
but
And that's why they kind of structure that 45, which is actually uh, 60 or 90-day by the time you get your extension. It's kind of regulated that gives you the exact amount of time that if you have your money in the bank, you don't have a problem getting your O before that visa expires. So you won't
Okay.
have
And
any problem.
right now, since we're going back by the end before the end of March, we can still it's 45 days, right?
Right
yeah,
on
yeah,
entry.
they
Yeah,
extended that for
yeah,
probably
I think so.
indefinitely.
I
Oh,
think so
really?
too.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can even go
Anyway,
across the border right now to Laos and come back on a 45-day visa. So instead, it used to be like a 15, but now they're doing the 45-day even if you go across the border.
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tommy
you
just
should.
messaged me a good question about joint bank account. I cannot have a joint. It's got to be
No,
in my name.
yeah, you can't have a
Yeah,
joint bank account. No.
All right.
yeah. That money's gonna have to be in there too. And like I said, put a little bit extra in there too,
Yeah.
because the
Well,
thing
um,
dips.
the account we have right now is in I mean, in our combination name. But
Yeah.
when I get there, we'll open an account for me. But do I have to have an address or The reason we didn't do it last time is we weren't absolutely sure which house we're going to be living in.
All right, it's gonna be like starting completely over. I just went through this because I had an account in my name and I wanted to get an extra account, and it's like starting a whole new account. So basically, they're not just going to give you an extension of your joint account. You're going to have to get a fresh new account. So there's a lot of things that you have to do in order to get that account. You're just going to have to go talk to the bank and see what they require for you to do it. So you still are basically, you don't have an account in Thailand. You need to come and establish an account. It might be a little bit difficult because you're only coming on a tourist visa. Sometimes they want what the way to get around that is they'll offer you some life insurance. So it might cost you 5,000 baht to establish a bank account in your name without the long-term visa.
Yeah, because in Bangkok Bank, which is the one I use, it was actually Meow and Jim that took your mom's green monster. You know them, Chuck does. I told him, I said, no, all you got to do is just go into Bangkok Bank, say, hi, I'm here. Don't matter what you're on. You'll need a piece of paper from the government saying, yes, this is where you live. I forget the name of the paper. Verify your address and go and open it up. She said what they wanted now. And I said, is this only Bangkok? Because it sounds weird. They had to go to the embassy and have the U.S. embassy say, approve and validate his passport before they would let him open up. I said, that's bullshit. I said, go to another bank. They went to another bank and they gave it. They went to another bank and the bank gave them the account without it. And I don't know which one they went to, the pink or the green or whatever bank. But they
I have a Bangkok bank account, and I went to go establish a second account. And the lady there told me the same thing. I said, look, I already have an account here. And I started, it sucks I can speak a little Thai, so now I get kind of stupid sometimes. But only because I don't understand. I said, I showed her my passport. I said, you see this? You think that this passport is fake? Like somehow the Thai immigration officer stamped something in a fake document? Like, what is your problem? I'm not flying to Bangkok anyway. So I came back another day and talked to another manager, and she gave it to me without that. But I had to bring an official, like a government worker. So one of my friend Matt Dim's daughter, she's a school teacher. She just came with us and vouched for me.
Well, see, we could do something like that for Bobby too, because Bobby, if you go, we have school teachers plus my wife works for the government too.
Any government official can go with
it. And if you already kind of have a bank account there because you have one that's in both your names, so I don't think I think you could do the same thing. But I thought it was outrageous that they wanted.
I think I said that out of place. I don't think it's in both our names. I think it's only in her name. Somewhere where we can send
either
money.
way. You should. Either way,
that's exactly what I did. I set up an account here in Paige's name because they wouldn't give it to me because I was here on a tourist visa when I was traveling back and forth. So we put it in her name so we could funnel money into Thailand, as we were, getting rid of our stuff and stuff like that. But when I came here, this was the Purple Bank, SPC Bank or something.
That's one we're using.
Yeah. So when I got there, she wouldn't give me the account. The lady's like, "Oh, we want to see your work permit." She was just like being really difficult with everything, and I was like, then the lady goes, "Well, you're probably better off going to Bangkok Bank." I said, "Okay, fine. Give me my money back." Here, I came back the next day with a bag and said, "Here, I got 3 million baht in this bank. Put it in this bag." And then I'd already went and talked and established an account, the process at Bangkok Bank. And then all of a sudden, it's like easy to get a bank account there now that I'm pulling 3 million baht out. I'm like, no. Put the shit in the bag, put it in the bag. I made a video on it, showed them the money in the bag.
They were unbelievable. When I came here 4 years ago, I asked a bunch of people, I knew nobody, and I watched on YouTube, of course, and 90% of the people on YouTube said, no, you can't get a bank account with just a tourist visa. I went to the bank and said, I found a nice lady in Bangkok Bank. She went as far as pulling the piece of paper that I needed to go down to immigration to get. blanked out the guy's picture, his name, and all the information. Let me take a picture of that so that when I went to the immigration deal, I showed it to him in Patong, and the lady brought me right in. So he gave me three of them. I needed one to buy a scooter, one to get a bank account, and one for something else. What it does is it verifies, yes, this is your address or whatever it is. And I walked right back to the bank and I had a bank account. Now they would not let me open a second bank account until I had a long-term visa. Once I got the long-term visa, they opened up the second bank account for me, no problem.
Well,
So
what
I mean,
was-
Where are you moving? Where are you moving to?
He's coming here.
Surin.
Surin. Okay.
Yeah, we have a
I mean-
house in Surin.
Well, let me simplify things for you. I think this will be the easiest from the opinion of others and from mine is that just start your account. Well, you could try the process there. Make sure you get your passport verified at the embassy when you arrive in Bangkok. I'd spend a day in Bangkok and get all that stuff done. But to simplify things, if you just go to JomTM, you can get everything there. You can get your passport stuff done. You get your bank account. You can get your visa. You could just hire an agency for a small fee and just get your damn visa taken care of there. You don't have to bring your money over. You don't have to do crap. You just pay the fee. It's basically like getting a sponsor. I think the immigration would rather you just get an agency than have to deal with you anyway. So.
Yeah.
And if you have the money, I suggest that too, because it's not, at least the first time, renewing it with Jai is going to be a piece of cake. Okay, on the retirement. The marriage one, I know from what Chuck said, is a kind of a pain in the ass. Take a picture in front of your address and kiss twice or whatever. They want you to jump through a bunch of hoops, which I believe too. If you've got the money.
Well, you could go see the law office that I took my mom there. He got my mom a 15-month visa in like 2 hours with a bank account and everything. If you want to just pay him the fee, she got the bank account. They put. Well, I don't want to give you all the complete details right here live. But anyway.
Yeah, you need to talk to Chuck straight away.
I got my mom's visa in Bangkok immigration in actually 3 hours because I had to break for lunch. But she got a 90-day and a 90-day that showed expired, and then a 12-month. She got a 15-month visa with a bank account in 2 hours.
Yeah, I would suggest that if you don't want to be bothered, Bobby, it would be a beautiful way to come here and leave Bangkok would not have to do with that.
And then as soon as we got home, I transferred that money. I put 900,000 baht in her account, and then we established a second spending account for her at that same bank, which was no problem for her. And so it was super easy just going through that.
I'll tell you the one thing which I ran into, and I still do here. The first account that I got was in Kamala. That is the one that I have my money transferred into and all that. They charge me 20 baht and 40 baht and this baht and that baht because I don't have it in Surin. So if you do that, that's fine, because what difference does it make? You can always come to Surin, open up another bank account. You have your long-term visa, and then put your money in that, transfer your money into that account. It'll be there over 12 months before you get your next one, and it won't be a problem. But just know that Bangkok, it doesn't bother me, but it drives my wife insane that I have to pay 20 baht for a transaction or something.
Yeah, well, it pisses Jai off too, because she's got the SBC bank in Bangkok and in Surin. And if she does anything in Bangkok, they charge her to transfer Surin.
Yep.
And that's, how ridiculous is that?
And I asked them yesterday again. I said, "Can you just transfer my Kamala bank account to Surin?" Nope, we can't do that. I said, "Okay." I didn't take it any further. It's one of those Thai things. And like I said, the people at the Bangkok bank, you're not going to go there. The gals there are awesome. They sat down with me. 3 of them I had trying to help me on what I was going to need, like what you said, Chuck, the piece of paper. She said, if you can't find your book, I will give you a book, a statement that day from the Bangkok bank with Dave Clark on it, the account number, everything, which with my relationship that me and my wife have with the local immigration probably will be okay. But hopefully I'll find the damn book. I don't remember. See, I had to go last time by myself. No Thai wife, no interpreter, no anything. And I ended up getting my 1 year deal. How I did it, I don't know. I know how I did it, but I won't.
Tell
I
me,
won't say.
tell me about getting a charge
Hey,
card there,
Randy, thanks.
a debit card on your account. Is that
I
like
they
possibility?
they gave me mine automatically.
You get it.
My debit card. Yeah,
Oh,
you'll
okay.
get it that same day that you get.
If
your,
you do the deal, if you want to do the deal like my mom's got, all the information is in any one of my videos in the description box. But the bank will ask, you can get some kind of 1 year type life insurance. It'll come with like a credit card, but it's a debit card, and you just show that card if something happens to you. You can get a little motorbike accident or something like that.
it probably wouldn't be a bad thing to have anyway for $120 or
And
whatever.
the bank offers the debit card right there. You get it right away. But make sure you ask for the online banking so they can set it up, because it's difficult for a foreigner to do. Actually, you can't do it online because you don't have a Thai ID card. So make sure you tell them you want online banking. Whatever account you get. If you use the guy that I use, he's going to set you up with the government KTB bank, which I recommend anyway, because my mom, it was easy. It was a government bank. They give you your statement that same day, I guess because it's a government bank. Bangkok Bank takes a week, but that bank takes 1 day to get it. But she got her account established. There's a bank in the immigration building in Bangkok. She got the bank there, but when I moved her to Prachuap, she got her secondary account there. It took a couple hours, but she was able to get it with like nothing. We didn't have to have a guarantor or anything like that. So, but anyway, I strongly recommend, and I think one of the commenters here in this chat said they used. Actually, this guy has probably had thousands of my subscribers come through there,
I'm sure.
and
I'm
he
sure.
does.
And like I said, Bobby, if you're looking stress free, I would say 100% use that guy and be done with it before you even leave
Yeah, it
Bangkok.
makes sense. That's not that much money. I mean,
No, it's not a
it
lot
just
of
makes
money.
sense. And
He's
we
not the
really,
cheapest. He's not the cheapest around, but when you go through this Bangkok immigration, I mean, everybody knows this guy. He walks right through. He went up on the price and said, "How come you're more expensive?" He goes, "Because the fees got more expensive here. Everybody
how
wants
much is it, if you don't mind me asking?
It depends on what you want. You're going to have to just call him, or you can email him through the site that I have on my channel, and they'll
All right.
respond back to you. But
Yeah,
I
I
think
think,
maximum probably is 60,000 baht for max, depending on what you need. But if you want to buy a car, you want to buy anything, this guy also has it's a law firm. So if you need, it's good to have somebody on your side in case you get in an accident or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, that was, I just saw, and Jam's here, Meow's here now, but she was the one that had first asked me, and I said, no, you don't need anything. Just go into Bangkok Bank, and Bangkok Bank said, you got to have his passport, whatever, notarized or whatever by the U.S. By the U.S. Or the U.S. office. So I don't
Well,
know.
we're really shooting for being there permanently by the end of the year. So we're going to go there for 3 months, basically April, May, June, and we'll come back here for 3 or 4 months to try to get rid of everything as quickly as we can. And who knows? I think selling a house is going to be the toughie.
We could talk about the processes all day long, but it doesn't matter because every immigration's different, every scenario is
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
But I can
But if
tell you
you-
the best thing to do is just go see the law office or the agency and just let them handle it for you. It's no
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah, because like I said, it varies so much. As typical Thailand is, what Chuck has to go through in Tapanome and what I have to go through in Surin could be two totally different, of what people want and stuff. But like I said, once you get it, the once a year thing, I don't know. My wife's like Paige. She's got stuff here that Oh, you want this? Okay, here you go. Here you go. So they can want one thing one year, and the next year they don't want that anymore. They want this. But it's pretty easy.
I see a
Like
lot
I
of
said,
people talking about the fee, the 20 baht fee, this or that fee. There's a way
yeah,
to get around all that. There's two ways to get around all that crap. First off, if you're going to take money out of the ATM, take about 10,000 baht at a time. Don't draw out a little bit of money, so the 20 baht doesn't really freaking
right,
matter.
make a difference.
But every single bank has scan pay, and everybody takes scan pay. Everybody's got their little scan card. You don't even need to have any cash for the most
Right.
part anymore. Even the vendors at the market, they have it on their phone. They'd rather just transfer the money into their bank instantly anyway. So you
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
have to worry too much
That's what my
about
wife
taking
does.
the
That's
time
all
in.
she does. Even
That was
walking through
really
the
what I was
market.
talking about, is a scan pay card.
It's not a card; it's an app on your phone.
Yeah,
You
it's on your
just
phone. You just show it. It's a QR code, and
Oh, okay.
I think, and you scan them back and forth, and they love it because, like Chuck said, it's immediate. They've got your money, and they don't have to. Oh, all
It's
I've
linked
got
to your
1,000
account,
baht.
and you can only link it to one phone, so nobody can steal it. And there's a big security facial scan thing initially to get it set up, and then once you get that thing set up, you just scan pay, and it gives you a log. It'll send you like a picture of a screenshot of the transaction, but the bank keeps a transaction every time, which is good for me, so I can keep an account, a record on what we're spending on our travels. So now I have a log of everything that I've spent.
Joe has an interest. Maybe Chuck knows. I don't. Can I
Yo,
open up an
Adrian.
account in Bangkok Public, an LTD in New York City? I don't. I don't know. I know that the
That's
Bangkok Bank.
changed.
Yeah, because there is a Bangkok Bank in New York. Are you talking about opening it up at that branch? Yes, I would think.
Yeah, but
Um,
it's got to be a business account. I think it's not. They don't do the transfers anymore. That's what I was doing when I first got here for like the first 3 years. Was using. You don't have to have an account there. You just use their number, their whatever you call it, the routing number, and
right.
then the bank account here, and then it just sends it as a local it sends it as a domestic instead of an international transfer. So
Yeah,
I was sending money to Thailand for like $3.
we have the Chase private client here, so they don't charge us anything to transfer.
Yeah, that's
money.
what
Mine
Chase.
doesn't
I
either.
have Chase.
A lot
too.
of banks, if you have like Bank of America, probably has the most fees in the planet for a bank. But if you have enough money in that account, they like roll out the red carpet. Everything is free. So all the money I send over here from Bank of America is free too. They absorb
They
all
don't.
the cost of everything.
When they send from Chase, they don't charge me either. But they give me the limit a day is like, I don't know, 1 million baht or something. There's no real there. I think they're great. They give me one baht less than whatever. If I pull up on my phone right now and it says 33 to the dollar, I get 32. So I mean,
Is that common,
to
Chuck?
some people, what's that?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, a lot of people use TravelWise. I guess if you're sending money over here, if you're on a
You get a
monthly
little better, I
deal,
think.
But I don't deal with the second party stuff.
Yeah, we're not going to do TravelWise. We're gonna put a bunch at a time.
Yeah, I sent a lot of money over here before. So, I mean, I'm not like a hound on watching the dollar. Everybody, oh, the dollar sucks. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a while. But when the dollar's good, I'll send money, when it gets good.
Yeah.
I don't follow that.
Good day, Adrian.
Drives me crazy.
Let's see. Rob wants to know about the shirts. I've waited for everything until I got back, answering Bobby's question, answering Moonwah's question, and giving the guy the go ahead on the shirt because I changed it to this. Where is it? Let me see if I can pull it up just in case people are semi-ly interested. Do I have that? Santa Claus. Changed it from the baseball Santa Claus to a different one, and I don't have it. Oh, maybe I do. To this one. Will it go on there? But it's only from about right at the bottom of me and Bobby's picture there up. So he's supposed to be in the process of putting that on this shirt. And this is, I think, the polo shirt, and I think it's kind of that same material that the material that I'm asking for is the material that Chuck has, the shirt like Chuck has.
It
But
looks like that thing's gonna be too
they
tight around.
made me. The one guy that I was going to go through was Robert Mack's guy. He went up to 6XL, and the 6XL is the one that fits Robert Mack, who's almost 7 feet tall, and however, he's a big man. But this guy will go up to 8. The only thing is he charged me an extra 100 baht a shirt above 4X. So I think I'm probably going to be a 5 or 6. But so anyway, so he's supposed to get all this stuff done, but he didn't put he's only got this one done, and I was the one that designed the top, and he put the Santa Claus on there, but to this Santa Claus. So, and I don't know, I'll probably get copyright claimed after and come after me.
Hey, can I talk to you a little bit about the Wise transfer deal?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, I think they changed it to Wise. It was TransferWise. I don't use them, but I have quite a few people that do use them. I'm going to use Joe as an example. Joe finally put the money in an account here, to do the 800,000 instead of doing the monthly 65,000 baht. But he was using TransferWise to do that, which a lot of people do because it's cheaper on a monthly deal. But he couldn't get his visa done because they have to verify every single transaction that comes through here, and a lot of they were using different people to transfer money, whoever would get it the cheapest, I guess. I don't know how Wise works exactly, but it was impossible for him to get verification on all the transfers. He ended up having to pay like 25,000 baht to I don't know exactly the price, to an agency to just get his visa done, because it became a nightmare for him from using the Wise transfer for the monthly payment. So I don't know if anybody here has had that problem, but it might be difficult to use Wise to get the verification.
The only thing that I heard about Wise, and I got them and I didn't use them, but what it was is, if you don't, on your monthly deal, if you don't check a box telling TransferWise that this is money coming, it needs to be known that this is money coming from the USA to Thailand. They will transfer money from some other place and it doesn't show it. And what I heard, it's only what I heard, is that the Thai immigration is saying, no, this isn't good enough. It has to come directly from your account or whatever, an account in the States to your account in Thailand, to be shown as.
Do I have to put money in and out of the bank monthly, or can I just have
no? Once you got the 800, you're done.
In it, just leave it there. Leave it alone.
You're done. Once you do.
Well, I started to do that. Like, I had over my personal. I was using my account for our expenses, so it looked like, well, hey, this guy lives here. There won't be any issues. We were using it for all of our travels. I just never let it. I never let mine drop below 1,000,000 baht. But what happened was I got my yearly statement. It was like a friggin' book, because I was getting, all kinds of stuff. So I finally decided I wanted to use the scan pay, and I was afraid to use it because I would have my book would have been this big for the transactions to show. So that's why I established another account. But I wouldn't put more than 850,000 baht in an account. Just leave it in there and then establish another account. But if you're going to open one account, make sure it never drops below 800,000, because you can get it. It's weird now. Like, you have to have 800 baht 3 months before your visa expires and 3 months after your visa expires, and then the rest of the 6 months it can't go below 400,000 baht. So just leave the money in there. If you're only going to have one account, just keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't get below.
Well, I don't even have to use it, though, do I? I could just open that account and just let it ride. And
that's what I did. That's what a lot of people did too. And I leave 900,000 baht in my immigration account. That's it.
Yeah, that's the best way, I think.
Yeah,
and then you'll have. You shouldn't have any problem. I don't.
It gains enough interest, or it pays for the cost of the fees to get the next year's renewal. Extension.
Yeah, that's the letter that you needed from there. That's the one stating where you live. But she's just saying that they went to Bangkok Bank on Beach Road, but they have small closed walking street. They tell you
easy.
Everything
they only deal with Falang, so.
Yeah, everything that you hear nightmare stories about whatever. You know what? If you're decent to anybody that I've had to deal with in anything Thai, whether it's immigration or my driver's license or whatever, if you're nice to them, they'll flip over backwards to tell you. People get all mad. Oh, I need that. Why do I need that? And instead of you go, oh, I need that. Is it something I could do today? Oh yeah, just walk out the door, go left to the second guy. He'll give it to you, bring it back to me, and I'll take you right in the front of the line. So it depends on. Goes back to the beginning. Treat people the way you want to be treated yourself, and if
Yeah,
it works perfectly.
we're gonna buy a new Fortuner there but not this trip when we go.
Hey, Trip, how you
But
doing? I haven't seen you in a
Guy
while.
has a cousin that works for Toyota, so she said she can help us to get a deal there.
I recommend just having that put in your wife's name, unless you got a problem with that, because
I don't.
it's easy.
Nope.
It's easy just to let that all be in a Thai name and let them deal with all that stuff. So,
She's
Yeah.
gonna take everything you got anyway.
Yeah, I
So-
know. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
nothing here is
I
in
haven't
my name.
seen-
I don't care. I don't want it in my name.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you know
don't
the
either.
only thing with the new, since we're on the visa thing, I bring in once I get done with the house, I'm going to start bringing in probably 3,000, which I don't know what at today's rate is, but depending on the rate of the bot, if they were, which there was all sorts of rumors before the virus about them changing it to 1.2 million and 600,000 for a marriage. Well, 1.2 would be like right on the too close for comfort. I'd have to bring in either extra and not leave any money in the States, or I'd have to maybe think about going to a marriage visa.
I don't
But
think
I
they're
haven't
gonna
heard
do that.
anything about it since before the virus. So
I think all these brainiac ideas, they get blown out of proportion by the media too. I
yeah.
think these are people just. That's not going to. I don't think that'll ever be established.
Well, the other thing that they were talking about, which I know would make probably a lot of people happy, is right before they were talking about getting rid of the 90-day because everybody was bitching and moaning, which I never really bitched and moaned about it, but it was like they know exactly where I am at all times. When I leave here and go to a hotel, they take my passport and they have to report it to the government. So they know that I'm in Suratani, and they know that I went from there to wherever I went this whole trip. They knew exactly where I was.
At least
so
it's
I
not more
don't.
complicated than what it really is. And it's not that.
But
bad.
it doesn't bother me because even now Chuck does it online all the time. I'm going to try it. I don't need to do it this time because as it fell, my 90-day was due the exact day that I redo my visa. So I won't need it. But the next time I'm going to try it online. According to what my understanding, and Chuck can verify it, is if you have to at least go in one time once you get it, after that time, you can do it online with your address and information. And then you can print it
Okay.
out.
So for
It should
Jai,
be-
who's probably listening in the background, we need to plan to stay a few days there in Bangkok and just get a professional to blow it through for us.
I think so.
I would say that if you've got the dough and you don't want to be bothered, I would spend the extra day in Bangkok and then come back and then open your bank account when you get here. It shouldn't be a problem. But they
Yeah,
need
Jai's
the bank account there.
there.
They need you to open. They need you to open up that bank account there because they need to show 800,000 in that bank account, even the professional, wherever the money comes from. That's why you need the bank account that day before you get your long-term visa. But once you change back, you can come to Surin, open up another bank account, transfer the money into that, and then now that will be your 12-month over 800,000.
Okay,
for
so I
whatever.
can transfer it into the Surin bank, so I don't have to keep it in Bangkok.
You don't have to now.
Okay, we don't have that many.
As far as
people
I know,
listening right now.
ask the guy. Ask the guy when you talk to him.
Here's what you're going to do. If your wife is listening, this is it. This is simple. Send him a little email. Tell him when you're coming, right? Very nice guy. He's Thai man, speaks perfect English, lived in the United States. Tell him when you're coming. He'll even recommend a hotel. He'll come pick you up from the hotel in a taxi. It's right across the street from the American Embassy is where his law office is. Just contact him. Tell him when you're coming. You're from No Time to Be Sad, and you want. I don't get a bump or I don't get any commission from this guy. Just tell him that so he knows to take care of you. Then you go to his office. All you don't have to do nothing. You don't have to do nothing. He'll hand you a pen, say sign here, sign here. You're going to sign like you're buying two houses, a bunch of your names. You don't have to worry about transferring money. You don't have to worry about anything. Just let him take care of everything at that point. When you leave there and you get settled in, you need to go check into your local immigration when you get home to Surin with your address and all that stuff and say, I'm here now. This is going to be my permanent address. So you can check into the Surin every 90 days. Once you're in Surin, then you can start transferring your money into that account that you got established in Bangkok because you're only going to have like 1,000 baht in there after this is all done.
Right,
Once you start putting your money in there, so next year you can do it on your own. If you don't want to do it on your own, then go see the immigration.
Yeah,
See
because actually
that guy again.
thinking about it, Bobby, is if you use that Bangkok bank account to keep over 800 in it and not touch it, what difference does it make whether it's in Bangkok, Surin, or whatever?
Right.
No, it doesn't make a difference. So,
No, it doesn't
so that
matter.
might work out perfect. I would suggest doing that if you got the dough. You have no worries, no nothing.
I tell you, I have already stressed my ass off over this thing, and
Don't do it. Don't do it.
finding out about having to get a background check and fingerprinted and send that off. I already started that process, but
Yeah, you don't need any of that. Have Jai go to Chuck's deal and send an email to the guy.
yeah,
We lost
we'll
Chuck.
do that.
I'll put
We'll
it
do
back
that.
in here so he doesn't have to go back. Oh, he found it already. That was quick.
Sorry about
It's the
that.
government. It's the government blocking them out. They don't want them on. They don't want them on.
Yeah,
But yeah, I would
trying
do
to-
that if Jai's listening. Do that. Get the email, send it to the nice man, and be done.
I just
with it.
sent you the link. This is his email. This is the website I just sent here.
Oh, there you
can
go.
on,
Okay.
You can go on his website and get all the information
There you go, Bobby.
from there. But there's a lot of agencies that are cheaper, and if you want to just do it in Chonburi province, in Pattaya. But I'd recommend this guy. You don't have no worries with this guy. Like I said, just all you got to do is tell him when you want to come. I'm staying at this hotel. Can you come pick me up, or take a cab there? What he did is he sent his girl to come get us in a taxi, and took us down, walked us into the law firm, and then the process was crazy, easy.
Yeah, that's going to be your ticket. You don't need to be stressed. He's like 108 and he just retired, Bobby, in case you don't know, Chuck. And I'm screwing with him. But he waited. He worked like 10 years longer than he needed to, but he loved his job. And Johnny, his wife, is an RN and she's still working anyway. But, so he's ready to move. And I'm ready to have him move because I can go have coffee with somebody
Yeah,
who speaks English.
we'll need to put a bunch of money into an account there in Surin anyhow, because we're going to start working on the house.
Well, I'll give you my account number if you want to. You can put it in
just-
mine.
That sounds like a better idea.
Bunch of fun.
All right, man. I'll see you, Jim.
That's right. We're going. Heading to what? A beach walk. Cool. And I think.
So
yeah.
once I get the visa, then I have to check in every 90 days. So when we come back here, after our 90 days of being there, when we come back here, I have to be back there within 90 days.
What do you mean? Like you're going to leave Thailand?
Yeah,
if
we
he
are.
leaves the country.
Well, don't establish your visa till you come permanently. Anyway, don't. I wouldn't do that. I mean, if you want to do that now and you take off to go back to the States, you don't have to. Once you leave Thailand, you don't have to check in. your 90-day will restart again once you hit the airport, and they put that
I
stamp in
believe
there.
that's true. Yeah.
Then
I don't think it's a big deal.
I think I want to get it established, and I'm done with that because we intend to be there by the end of the year anyhow.
Well, when you leave to go back to the States to get rid of your stuff, your 90-day, your visa doesn't stop. Your visa will continue. So, but your 90-day check-in is not necessary because you've left the country. But make sure you pay for the multiple entry visa, which
Really
you can.
effective.
You don't really need to worry about that with this guy. You can tell him he can get it for you, but that's something you can get at any point. When you go to check into your local immigration in Surin, they can give you the multiple entry stamp there. It's just a fee. I think it's 3,800 baht fee.
Yeah, 38
for
of
that.
them.
So,
All right.
but I think he can get. I didn't want it when he got my mom's because she wasn't going to be doing any traveling outside. So. If you don't plan on going out of the country more than 4 times, I wouldn't recommend the multiple entry visa or stamp because you can just get a reentry permit for 1,000 baht and come back. So, and you can get that. You can actually get that at the airport leaving. But whenever you check in to your immigration in Surin, you say, "Hey, we're leaving Thailand at this date. I need a reentry permit." They'll log it in. They'll put one stamp in your book, one-time reentry fee, and that's it. But if you don't get that reentry permit, if you leave the country without it, your visa is null.
I think he's planning on traveling to like Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia.
But not the first year, so I could do like Chuck said.
Yeah, yeah. If you're not planning on traveling the first year, you don't need it.
Most people don't. When they come to Thailand the first year, it takes a while to get established. So they're not going out of the country more than 4 times because one reentry permit's 1,000 baht. So do the math. I mean, if you're going 3 times, the only thing that is better with the reentry permit is you get 1 stamp. And these are, if you do a lot of traveling outside, like we used to, then you need those pages. So the multiple entry only takes 1 stamp, But anyway, if you're not traveling, just get the one-time reentry.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. We had a bunch of weird stuff here happening that I don't know about either, that I'm questioning about this cat. That we've had the day before we came home, 7 o'clock in the morning. Now we've had the teacher and the oldest daughter, 2 teachers and the oldest daughter and one of her classmates came here. They're trying to set up a dance here in Thailand, or here in Surin, with 50 people from the school, the private school there, traditional Thai dance expedition. I don't know, but expo or something. So they're here. These 2 guys, we see it on the camera. These 2 kids, they drive up to the corner of the property at 7:30 in the morning. And they get off, they park the scooter, they get off the scooter, and they start to walk over to the property next where we saw Money Cat, this cat, in there, looking, and one of the little dog barked from inside, and they stopped what they were doing and walked back to the scooter, went up and turned around and took off. They came again this morning. And I don't know what, they look like they're maybe, I don't know, early 20s or something, kids, or whatever, kids to me. But I just thought that was really weird why they would steal a cat. Why would they? Or maybe they want to steal the dog. I don't know. It's freaking me out. I kind of like the cat. Hey, Jay, thanks. Really weird. I never seen it, but they were here again this morning. So there's a little mart type thing up at the end of my street, a little place to get like Coke and, a little 7 or whatever, but real small. And I'm going to have my wife show her the tape and say, do you know these 2 kids? Because I want to tell them, you're making a big mistake here. You take one of these animals, you're in for trouble because, yeah. But I don't know. So I thought I'd tell that story since the cat jumped up. I like that cat. Let's see. I think we missed a bunch of questions. What did Chuck answer? I agree, Mark. Get it before no problem time.
Yeah, I had said you could actually get it at the airport, but I don't really recommend doing that. You really need to get your stuff taken care of.
But I know like Bobby likes to to stress over stuff. And I don't think that money's going to be a real gigantic problem. I think it's going to be the best thing where they can come relax, sit in their hotel, come get picked up, brought over there, and by the end of the day, ready to do whatever they do the next morning. Come to
As you know,
come to
Dave,
Serena.
my
They've done everything.
sister owns a condo in Bangkok, so we stay in her condo for free.
And I'm sure that the assistant will come and pick you up anywhere and take you there.
The
So,
problem
and
is
that's really,
traffic. Is traffic. It sucks
yeah,
bad in
yeah,
Bangkok.
big time.
Actually,
And
trying to
I
get
drove there twice. Once on the way down to Suratani, and once on the way back. And the whole time, my wife's sitting next to me, laughing at me, going, "I hate Bangkok. I hate Bangkok.
Yeah,
I hate Bangkok."
my mom was
Uh,
freaked out. That was like her first adventure, And she's like, "What
oh
the hell you
man,
got me into?" I'm like, just mom, just lay down in the seat and shut up.
it is. It's crazy, man. And then a couple of times I thought Suratani because we were supposed to go on the bike ride to Suratani, I think, and that's when all the floods were, and we kind of went back to Krabby Town or wherever we ended up going, if I remember right. I'm old, but we never made it to Suratani. But I thought Suratani was like right next to the water to go to Koh Samui, and it was an hour drive from where we were, where she had her seminar, to the ferry to go
Dave, you
to.
got a
And
serious echo. I don't know. You got
I know
your
it. I think it's
volume on
Bobby.
your.
Hold on one second. Let me see. All right.
So
Now, do we
you
still
need
have
to.
the echo or no?
No, it's
Gone, right?
gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Bobby. I don't know why. Only when Bobby here. He does it just to
I
aggravate
think
me.
you need to
But
mute your
I
mute
did.
the live stream.
Yeah, I don't know. It always happens when.
everything off except for the StreamYard.
Yeah, yeah. See, yeah, and I don't know why. And he shut him off before, and it still had that. See, and I don't. No, it's still there. And I don't think I have. I think I have. What do I have on here? Audio.
Is it a bad echo?
I have echo.
It's only on Dave though. I think.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? See, I got echo. Let me turn echo cancellation off. See if it gets any worse.
Well, you
Let
should
me
have
see.
that on.
Okay, now it's off. Still the same.
A little bit of static now.
I don't hear the echo though.
No, the echo's gone. I guess it's your ghetto mic.
It could be. It's only 15 $15.
I'm
Poor
kidding.
thing. It's getting a bad rap. But okay, well I think it's better there, even if it's got a hiss to it. Probably better there. I
Well,
could probably
Dave, I
turn
left
this
a
down.
good mic at the village, at the
Did you?
house there in the village. You can go borrow
I
that
would. You
one.
know what I did? Well, you know what I had problems with? I did a couple of tests with the iPad. Sitting on the balcony where I was, looking at stuff like this that was right out my window, which I really love. That place is awesome. Hillside, kind of bad for my knees, but they would take me anywhere in a golf cart. Take me to breakfast, take me back up to the front to get to the car. So I didn't have to do any walking unless I wanted to. But it was absolutely gorgeous, and 2,000 a night, and included breakfast that met my criteria. They had an abundance of bacon and potatoes.
Oh yeah,
So
all
they
the
were
things
top
you
of my
really
list.
That
Three
bacon's gonna kill
pounds of
you.
bacon.
You're
I
gonna
know.
die.
I
You're
said, I
gonna
said, well,
die.
I'm eating the bacon because I'm on vacation. I don't know if I gained the 4 kilo back, but we did a lot of walking, so I'm sure I probably stayed the same. I haven't weighed myself,
Well,
but I mean, it wasn't even like they had.
I've been
What's
back
that?
from Thailand 2 weeks here, and I haven't been able to sleep still.
It's been 3 years now that I'm back, and I'm finally into could say I'm on Thai time. Otherwise, for the first 2 years, I never did. I never did feel like I should be asleep when I was asleep and awake when I was awake. I don't know. It's
Me and
weird.
Robert
Hey,
Mack
Joe,
were
thanks.
texting each other at 1 o'clock in the morning yesterday or day before because he just got back here
Hey,
too, and he's right up the road here from me. He can't sleep now.
I got to do. I've never had to do my. I haven't had to do my taxes in probably 8 years or so, and now I have another retirement, which now bumps me over the money income and the $1,200 that I made for the year in YouTube. So it's going to be interesting. I don't even have a tax person. You have a tax person here in Thailand,
I
Chuck,
just
or
use
no?
TurboTax.
Just I don't know how to do
My,
that. No.
my tax guy I used from my business. I had him doing the YouTube stuff for us, and then he said, it's not enough for me to really worry about. You need to just do TurboTax. I'm like, okay, so I
I'm
started
going to
doing
try to do
Turbo.
something so that they don't get cranky at me. I don't think I'm going to owe any real sum of money, but
But the problem with doing like the YouTube stuff, there's so many write-offs, you know. So what actually the money that we're making on YouTube is negative compared to what we're spending, you know.
for
Oh
Because
YouTube,
yeah.
yeah.
if you're going to charge me for whatever little bit of money I'm making on a video, well, my
It's a lot
content,
more.
the content costs me way more money to travel, to get the hotel, to show the food, than it was to make the little tiny bit of money I made on the video. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's why when I didn't get monetized, like I really get upset because that's like 8 cents I could have made right then, on my video. So, they go, you can't monetize this as a song. Okay, is it a copyright or
I wish I was
copyright strike?
clever enough to just sit in a room and talk, you know, and people just, watch my channel. I don't have to travel, but I'm not that clever, I guess.
I I just can't. Like, I'm so horrible. We did two things there. We went that one dinner that we had that Flora and Note did on that place. That place is extraordinary. If you ever get a chance to go to Koh Samui, it's expensive, but I mean, seafood wise, my wife was in heaven. If she could have stuck her finger down her throat and puked over the rail and kept eating, she would have done that in a heartbeat. It was just Thai women
That'd,
and
that'd be a good
seafood is
video
like,
there.
Are you
yeah,
talking
yeah.
America expensive, Dave, or expensive in
It was
Thailand?
12. It was 1,200 baht each for dinner. Plus, you had to
Okay.
pay for your drinks. So it was
About
about
33 bucks.
maybe like 3,000 baht with the tip and everything. So normal American. If I was to go out with my
Yeah.
wife in America, would it be 80 bucks or whatever, 100 bucks. But for Thailand, but there was a lot of Thai people there too, and a lot of French. I was really surprised how many white faces there were in Koh Samui. Our hotel was nothing but. In fact, they had one Thai dish on the breakfast deal. The rest was bacon, everything American.
Hmm.
But the view and everything in that hotel was awesome for 2,000, including breakfast. I thought was cheap. It was if you saw my little live stream or the video and stuff, that was what I was right off our balcony, and there was a double jacuzzi which we never used on the balcony. I'm thinking about it. If I was younger, what would I be doing in that jacuzzi? I don't want to go in that jacuzzi. So the lady came and cleaned it every day, and I never went in it. He said, "Nah, I think I'll spare myself anything that I could catch in this thing." But as far as the room and the window and the view and the sound was, and they have them there that have, um, they must have had 300 bungalows, and the ones down in front of us had a lap pool in the front, and those were about 30,000 baht for a 7 day
See you,
deal.
Joe.
The other one was 12,000. So reasonable and absolute gorgeous place. I'd already rented. I should have went to Chuck's. I tell everybody on this channel, if you want to go any place, just go to No Time to Be Sad. And Chuck's been there 8 times, and I didn't even do that to find out where you guys had stayed when you went there. But I got lucky. I picked a good one. So Joe's
That's
leaving.
all
All
we
right,
do.
Joe.
We just stumble around and try to find.
Yeah,
A lot of people give us recommendations, which is cool. Gives us kind of
just
an
want to.
idea where to start, but we usually just kind of wing it. We end up usually having the best times when we're not expecting something.
Here's your biggest fans here.
Jim, what's up, Jim? Mr. Jim.
He's
Jim's
having
having a great time. I can see it.
Oh man, he's having fun. I think the best thing they did was come to Thailand and buy a Ford so he can drive around. They're having an absolute ball.
I
In
always say
fact,
you come here, you're like a little kid, you don't know what's going on. But Jim's definitely, he's even got the appearance of just like a little kid running around
and
Thailand.
he's
Like a little,
and they're such good people, both of them, top
yeah.
notch, top people. no doubt. But somebody was asking me about that. What are you going to do for a vehicle? You decided yet, Bobby? What are you going to? You're going to buy a
Is
car?
it
I
a
know
Yeah,
that.
Ford
no,
tuner?
we're buying a Fortuner there.
Fortuner.
Yeah,
Fortuna.
I can't fit in anything
Fortuna.
else, babe. All the other
Fortuna.
pickups and crap I get in, they're too damn little.
It's Toyota Fortuna.
They're expensive. I know that, but they're
Very
not real bad.
expensive.
What are they? 1.4,
Well,
5?
if you don't get the
1.8.
TRD, you don't really. I don't. It's not necessary to get the TRD. As cool as it is, I mean, it's got a better suspension on it, but I don't. You don't really need the TRD.
Is yours
Well, the
4-wheel
ones we
drive
were
or no?
looking at when we were there were 1.6 to 1.8.
1.61.
All the
Which
TRDs
is
are four-wheel drive.
4-wheel drive? I don't know, man. 4-wheel drive. I haven't run into anything I've been in Thailand that I needed
Me
4-wheel drive.
neither. I want to. I've tried it once, but it's just like, come on. We get down this crazy road. Google took us down. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna hit the four-wheel drive now.
I am buying that trailer, I think, next week. So, and I've been checking out all the solar and stuff I want to put in it, and the cabinetry and all that kind of stuff. So I will be pulling it with the truck and doing camping very shortly, within the next couple of months, which
I
should
got
be
a
fun.
video coming out tomorrow with my e-bike that my
And you said
Frankenstein
something
e-bike.
about on one video I saw. You said you didn't think it was as fast as, or it wasn't as fast as you thought it, which you thought it was a good thing, but it wasn't as
Yeah,
fast as you had
yeah.
anticipated.
It's got a lot of torque, which is. When I first wrote it, I didn't think it would really matter, but actually, it allowed the more. It didn't drain as much battery. It's kind of like having a small block Chevy V8 and a S10 pickup. It needs little effort to go. So, but it ended up turning out pretty good. I still need to do some modifications, but
Yeah, I
it's
think
fun. It
Brock has a.
goes 52 to 55 kilometers per hour,
Wow,
so it's
that's
pretty quick.
that's fast for on a bicycle. Lucky you got those wheels, and I think you were smart by putting those motorcycle spokes and stuff on the rear
You know,
the
I
rear
don't want
drive
to
too.
say anything bad about Ford because I drive an F-150 F by 4 pickup. I love my pickup, but our nephew bought one of the new Ford pickups in Thailand, and he said it's been in the shop multiple times,
Here's one that
and
just bought one.
it waits for days to get parts because there's no
Here's
availability.
here's one that's bought. How many times has your Ranger Jim been in the Ford place? I'm going to say zero, except for oil changes, but I
I
don't think
worked
so.
for
He's got a
Ford
lemon.
for
The
I
only
worked for
reason
Ford
I'm
eight
saying
years.
that, the only reason I'm saying that is that um, I don't know what I'd do if we didn't have our truck. Cement, I got to go get this, and you're going to be doing a crap
Yeah,
load of
but
construction.
an SUV
The
you can
fam,
put down a plastic mat in the back and throw your shit
yeah, I
in.
don't. I
So
guess yeah, I
delivery
don't know.
too.
The 7 also is a good thing. Like if you have to, like Chuck, take 6 nice Chinese or Thai women. I don't know
Chinese.
how you could do it for 3 hours listening. I can barely
Yeah.
listen to my wife and the daughter
We're
talk
going
for.
tomorrow on a trip,
Are
and
you?
I'm taking him to Udon. Yeah, it's
Oh, you're going to Udon.
not
Ah,
tomorrow, but I think we're
soon.
leaving Wednesday. Wednesday for Udon.
Yeah,
Is that?
we're gonna give the other pickups a look, but I think because we're gonna want to travel around and put our stuff in the back like Chuck does,
Right.
the
Well, you've
Fortuner
got
doesn't make
doesn't
sense.
the one that you were driving, the brother's got the truck you could probably borrow anytime you want,
I
right?
can use it anytime. Yeah,
All right,
anytime.
so
When
you're
we're
okay.
there, the whole 3 months we're gonna be there. That's what we're gonna use.
Hey, Robbie, real quick, walking in my shoes. Did you get my message? I tried to put it on there and I asked why and all that. I only got notified by you. I didn't get notified by Live My Ass Off, and I didn't get notified by the spot. I don't know if you knew that or not, so I thought I'd bring that to your attention. Robbie wants a Ford van. I don't know if they have vans here. I don't even know. I
Yeah,
never seen it.
they got.
Do they?
I think like a transport van or something,
Transport?
like a little
They might.
minivan. I think I've seen. Maybe it
Yeah.
was
Ah,
imported. I worked for a Ford dealership for 8 years. In America, I think Ford, all of my service vans that I had in my company were Ford vans. I think Ford makes the best pickup trucks in America. But
Yeah.
I made a good living at the Ford dealership for 8 years.
Fixing
Like,
them.
it doesn't matter what car it is. There's a service department behind each dealership. They're all going to break down possibly. But my reasoning for the Toyota in Thailand, which I tried to explain to Joe, is that to parts availability and dealerships and service, there's Toyota dealers everywhere, no matter. And if traveling is a big thing for you, that's important.
Yeah,
You
That's what
want
they
that's
to,
right.
want to do too.
and
That's
and a
something
lot
I
of the
thought.
independent shops can get the Toyota parts fairly easy. So
Yeah.
that was
When
one
I
of
bought
the
that
reasons on that.
Taiwanese bike, that 300, the first one that I bought that I got a real good price on, my wife told me then, "How come you don't go buy a brand new Forza?" Why? This one's cheap. It's for me. Until I tried to get it worked on. Oh, we don't work on those. We don't work on those. And like I said, you come here to the Serin, and I'm only guessing there's 20 Honda dealers here. Any place you go, wherever I was to break down with that Forza now, there would be a Honda dealer within a stone's throw, and I agree with that with
Well, Jake,
Toyota too.
you're a fun sized person, so you'll fit in just about anything.
Fun size. That's pretty funny.
Life
Hey,
is work.
Randy made a comment here about some young kid going 25 mile an hour on a sidewalk. It thinks
In
it's going to
school.
crash. But yeah, that's kind of in America. I think it's dangerous because nobody pays attention. They're all staring at making sure
Yeah,
they got
true.
their Facebook page updated. But here, I mean, there's motorbikes and all kind of stuff. They drive so damn fast everywhere.
Yeah,
But
they
people
do.
here usually look out for people on the side for the most part. I wouldn't recommend doing it in America. It's too dangerous.
My wife was driving on the way back. She drove part of the way. I drove most of it. It was a grueling day. 11 hours going from Samui to Bangkok. I mean, from Koh Samui to Bangkok. And then yesterday, because we stopped, we bought some koi. The guy was in Buriram getting rid of his pond. 11 50 to 60 centimeter koi we're going to go pick up tomorrow. So it took us eight and a half hours yesterday. It was grueling, but she's on the road and she's speeding. I'm going, you crucified me for the 4 tickets that I got going to Pattaya. And I said, now if you get a ticket, you're gonna say no, you were driving. You're gonna blame it on me. But she's saying, well, if I go any slower, they're gonna run me over. And it's true. You get on the road and you try to go 90 kilometers, and I set the little intelligent cruise control that they have, which is awesome, by the way, on the electric hot rod. I'll get run over. I mean, I got to stay over in the slow lane and I stop and it's a pain in the ass. 120 is perfect. 110, 120 kilometers. But it seems to me Thailand has finally figured out we don't need to put the police on the road because I never see anybody pulled over. We just need to add more cameras because every place that I drove, there was cameras every 3 minutes. 90 kilometers an hour camera, 90 kilometers an hour camera.
That's why I got the radar detector not because I want to speed, it's because sometimes it's impossible to keep it under 100 because of the flow of the traffic.
Exactly.
Because they got the one lane on the left, which is a different speed limit for certain vehicles. So it's difficult to stay in the left. So you want to stay in the right, but there's people speeding behind. You got to get around sometimes, and then when you do speed to get around somebody, bam, there's a camera. You get screwed every time. So now I have the radar detector which says, okay, I got to do this,
I was surprised we hit I know the one spot that I was following you by the big lake or whatever it is right outside of Bangkok where it's 120 in the fast lane. I hit that one, but we hit 2 other ones coming back, which I don't remember, them being there. That were 120 for quite a while. So it helped a little bit. Most of the people there's always that truck that's got to come over doing, 60. I had to move, but otherwise it wasn't horrible. It was long. I see now why you guys, when you're going somewhere, you plan, or you try to plan not over 4 or 5 hours going wherever you're going. It's the smartest thing I've ever heard of in my life. If I did that, I would be well rested right now. But my wife doesn't have the days off. If I could take as many days as I wanted to get wherever I wanted to go, it would probably make it a little bit easier. But I'll live with it. I've whined enough now, so I won't bitch or whine about anymore. We'll see. Let's see. I'm not anti e-bike. I have one myself, and it's amazing. It was my retirement gift to myself, but I'm against irresponsible rider. Yeah, yeah. Randy's a good guy. We found out we kind of found each other through the YouTube deal, but he was right over in Thousand Oaks, a stone's throw from where my stomping grounds were. And
Anybody
so
that
was
goes too
Bobby.
fast, motorbike, car, truck, e-bike, I think
They're,
that's all
they're
annoying
amazing,
to
and they
me.
don't. The ones I like is the one when I'm coming and I'm looking to the right to make my left into traffic, and a scooter comes up on my inside. It's like, are you just stupid? What's the deal?
Yeah.
Sometimes I lose it a little bit, and my wife has to calm me down because God, that's just the guy's got to know that I'm looking to traffic for me to get out. I'm not looking for an idiot that's coming up on my inside. It's like I don't
I
know,
think Robert Mack and I live maybe 15 miles apart.
15
He's,
miles.
yeah, he's very close to where I live.
So, yeah, but they call it something else here too. What do they call it, Chuck? Do you know? My wife calls it the shell for the camp for pickup trucks.
Oh,
Top
no,
topper.
no,
Top. What's the name of the shell that goes on the back of the truck? The
Kelly boy.
carry boy. Caddy boy.
no. Caddy
Turn
boy.
here. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, we're gonna go.
yeah.
Okay, I smell food. Oh, okay. I guess he wasn't gonna come. He said, this is my guy. We were supposed to go get those fish today. He called. I told the people when I was over there, it's my cousin that needs to come with me to help me get these fish into the truck because I'm putting a big those water tanks in the back of the truck. I've got a generator, I've got air pumps, and I've got a pump to pump water in there. And we're going to put the fish in there and then drive them back to the house. But I said sometimes he likes to, and he doesn't show. So I'm letting you know now. Sure enough, this morning, but he wasn't that. He said his mom was coming over to scream at the family about something, so he wasn't going to be able to make it. So I had already anticipated not going, but I guess I'm going. It's been an hour and a half anyway, but and it's been fun. But I guess I'm leaving, unless you guys want to stay, because I can just detach and you guys can keep going. It's up to you. That's a
I
good thing
gotta,
about.
I
Well,
gotta pressure wash our porch. It's my
well, you do
detail
that.
for
You
the
do
day.
that a lot too. Hey, did you get
Hey,
your
Chuck,
pressure washer from
you can
Lasada?
buy a pressure
Yeah, I
washer
do.
there because I tried to tell my sister-in-law
Lasada.
to have a
Lasada.
guy get a pressure washer to pressure wash our house and the fence and everything before they paint. She
I
was
got mine
clueless.
at Global House or something. I bought a good one at Global House or one of those stores.
So they're bound to have it here.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got everything.
I can, if I'm driving around, I'll check in Taiwazadu or whatever. It'll give
I
me a
want to
reason.
change the tiles. We have that. I don't know what the hell you call it, where it's like the stones made into the concrete. I don't know.
Mm.
I hate it because it holds dirt. But I told my father-in-law that I want to change that. Oh no, it's too slippery. I'm like, no, actually, it's. They have tile now that's anti-slip. It's the same. They said, oh no, no, no. Like, okay, what? That's fine, whatever, okay.
They don't
But it
like to
looks like
change
shit,
anything.
So I told my mother-in-law. She goes, just. My mother-in-law was listening. She said, just wait till we go on a trip somewhere and have it done. I was like, well, it's not that easy to have somebody just come do something like that. So,
Randy says it's pressure washing is therapy to me. He likes
I like
he
to
likes
pressure
pressure washing.
I like it because it's noisy and it makes everything's so damn noisy here. So it's my opportunity to be noisy.
Give back a little.
Yeah.
Well, I get off the hook's playing then too. Well, bummer,
Hey,
man. I
doing
was
too.
having fun. But I guess I'm going to baking bread. There you go, Chuck. Nikki's baking bread. Chuck just did the video
I
on
like
that
bread.
too.
Well, thanks, Chuck, for coming up here and giving me the
Yeah,
information.
thanks for all the
I
info.
saved that link.
Yeah,
Always
don't
exciting.
stress about you got too much stuff that's going to be occupying your mind the first year. So don't stress out about it. If you want to see somebody stressed, watch my early videos because I had no help when I came here.
Right.
Like I was
Yeah.
freaked the hell out. Like I thought I had everything. I knew how to do everything, and it was like, no, that's not going to happen. I was like, what do you mean? You know, I was freaked out. So, yeah, just use the agency or I highly recommend the law office because the guy, he's like I said, he's down to earth. He speaks English. He can help you with many things, and it's
I think
carefree.
it's a good
Just
idea.
go there and
Yeah.
And
do
like I
that.
said, afterwards when you're here, we can. It's easy once you
Yeah,
get
I'll
past the
tell
first
Jai about it.
frustration.
I'm sure she's listening anyhow, but she knows I've been stressing out about everything, trying to. I mean, I got 259 T-birds here I got to get rid of, and how in the hell am I going to do that?
I'll tell you, Bobby, if it's meant to be, it'll happen easy because I had a overly expensive Ranger bass boat that I lost money on it, of course, but I didn't think I was going to be able to sell the damn thing
Yeah.
amongst a lot of specialty tools that I've had for many years as a mechanic. But as if it was meant to happen, if everything just went like, wow, that was easy, like that was
I
easy, like
agree.
holy crap. So
I
it'll
Yeah,
agree.
happen. I don't worry about it. You have
yeah.
to
I think
put forth some effort, but it'll happen.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna put effort. I'm gonna do it like I think Jim and Meow did a estate sale. Just come and
Yeah.
take my shit. Pay me whatever you think it's worth.
I
I
ended up
think
giving
Bobby's gonna
stuff
be ready.
away. We had some garage sales and stuff, and everybody, I buy this for a nickel and this and that. And I was like, God, I
All
said,
right.
screw it. I went and opened a beer in the refrigerator. I pushed all the shit outside of the garage. I closed the door and I walked out the front. I put a sign, free, take it. Within 3 hours, everything was gone. So,
Yeah.
and then I was like, screw it. Drank another beer. I don't give a shit. It was like a relief.
I
Yeah.
tell you what,
Eh,
in the States years ago, everybody always used to say, "What? Well, we can't get rid of this. We can't." I said, "Just put it on the street. It'll be
Yeah.
gone in an hour." An old
Well,
couch, or
Jai
they
is
just
telling
come
me
and
you
grab it.
need to get your money back from those. At least get your money back. I'm to the point I don't care. Just
A lot of your valuable items, like my tools, I sold most of them on eBay. It's a little bit of pain in the ass to deal with people, but you're just mailing stuff. But all the bigger stuff, I sold on Craigslist. Like mower, lawn equipment, stuff like that. I put it on
okay.
Craigslist, and people just come out and buy it. Craigslist was a pretty good deal.
Are
eBay
you
was
Yeah,
a
going to
little
sell
bit
your
work.
guitars? Or are you
I'm in
bringing your
Southern
guitars?
California, so it's pretty easy. I've got
Yeah,
Yeah,
13
Craigslist is
guitars.
pretty.
I think I'm going to take them to my sister in
Yeah.
Wyoming. Just
yeah.
leave them there.
Uh,
I did that too. Little extra stuff that I didn't really want to get rid of. I left it at my mom's house, but
yeah,
eventually gave it
Bobby,
away.
are you in the same? Now, Jai is a citizen, right?
Yeah.
You got to talk to Tom because you get 20 or 40 boxes, non-taxable, of anything you want to bring to Thailand. So if you want to
Yeah.
bring whatever they, no tax, no nothing. 20
What size
computers in
box
a
are we talking
box.
about? This big or this
A
big?
big.
Or,
Talk to Tom. Talk to
okay.
Tom, Thailand Digital Nomad. He rented a condo next to him, bachelor or whatever
Right.
studio,
Right.
next to the one he had, just to put the boxes in for a
Yeah.
year. So I would ask him because it's tax free. Anything you want to bring. So something to think about.
Anything. Anything.
Don't
Or
bring
something else
anything.
to
Just
stress.
bring a suitcase.
Something else to stress about. If you want.
Yeah, that's right. Just bring two suitcases.
Don't bring
We
nothing.
always gotta bring shit.
I do.
I brought
That's
so
all
much
I do.
stuff here, and I ended up giving it all away. Like it just wouldn't work here. I
Yeah.
brought like 14 pairs of blue jeans. Like I think I've worn them once. I don't even think I can fit in them anymore.
Yeah.
I'm running out of my shirts are getting old and raggedy now. T-shirts though, the wife and actually the teacher, the one that teaches the oldest the traditional Thai dance, he bought me two hog body size um, T-shirts, and she finds these. I think they're 3X normal or 2X. I can't remember. They're like U.S. sizes, so they're kind of cool. But I like those that you have, and for my wife says they do not make for hogman. No, they don't make them big, is what she says. But I said I like the material because it's like this is a regular T-shirt. That stuff you have on, Chuck, is like that thin, real quick dry shirt, right?
Yeah.
The one you have on, yeah. I like
It's
that.
not
And
as
that's the
it's
one-
not as cool as like thin as the other shirts that I have, but if you sweat, it dries instantly.
Real quick. Yeah, I like
Doesn't
that.
hold.
That's
Doesn't
what the
really hold
polo
moisture.
shirts on
In
that deal.
Thailand, you're gonna sweat like continually.
Yeah.
I did.
What is this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what this is supposed to be. So we'll see. I'm gonna have them made. Well, maybe I'll talk to my wife, and while we're driving there, she can contact the T-shirt guy. All right, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Way
Thanks for
different
coming
buyers
on.
for estate
Both of
sales
you
than
guys,
me.
thanks for coming on. And I'll say real quick, as I always do, that the intro and the outro was done for free by Richard Travels. And
Peace, everybody.
yeah, peace out.
Bye. Thanks
Everybody
again,
have a
Chuck.
good time.
Bye.
And I will catch everybody on the next one. See y'all later.